Nicole Sutherland down there in Parc Ferme. Yes, it's going to be a quick turnover for all of these races over the course of the day, so make sure you keep up with it. Junior X30 qualifying heat C versus E now out on track. Archie Owen starting this one on pole position. We'll have Kenzo Craigie for company alongside Nicolas Garcia and Nilis Malik on row 2. They'll have Alex Pineda and Quinten van Leeuwen on row number 3. Daniel Kelleher and Gustavo da Silva on row 4. They'll have Senna Meunier and Lewis Islin on row 5. Jagrata Troja and Carolina Redondo on row 6. George Edgar and Finley Lines go from row 7. They'll have Scott Riley and Jos Mulder on row 8. Jorn Helder and Nicholas Karianis round out row number 9.
Riley Cranham and Devon Grabko on row 10. Vivian Guyanet and Jack McLaughlin on row 11. Toby Gale and Mohamed El Bazaki on row 12. Jaime Del Portillo and Afonso Lopez go from row 13. Mateo Peruccio and Adam Holmes start on row 14. Nikita Nikashov and Antonio Macedo on row 15. Drivers are into the tram lines. We look to be good and green. Racing once again in X30 Junior. 7 laps ahead of us here. Good start for Archie Owen from pole position. Here we go into turn 2. Last of the late breakers. Good start as well for the number 44 of Nicolas Garcia, similar to what we saw yesterday from the Birrell Art Racing driver through turn 4. This is where things can get a little bit interesting, but on this occasion, a bit of running wide. I think that was that. Garcia running wide. Out. No, he's still up there in now 3rd place. As through attacking is Alex Pinera and others. I think there's been problems for Nicholas Karagiannis. Is not showing, well now is showing us through sector number 1, but 10 seconds off the back.
Yep, certainly so, and a very dramatic start then for these front runners. There's still moves happening thick and fast down the inside. Alex Pinera under pressure there. You can just see him in the on the Gillard chassis there, trying to push his way through. One of the Spanish teams running on the Gillard chassis. There's a look at the air temperature again. It has increased, like you said earlier, 11 degrees now. It's still very dry. The fog's still in the air though. Back on the start-finish straight we go. Let's call them over the line. It's a brilliant start for Archie Owen as he breaks away from Daniel Kelleher, who's up 5 places right now into P2. Nicolas Garcia in 3rd place from Senna Meunier. Alex Pineda from Kenzo Craigie, who's not had the best start on this one. He's gone back down the inside though, past Alex Pineda as he moves back up into P5 on this charge through as we're 2 wide in the background there. Jagrata Troja trying to get involved with the fight, but Alex Pinera once again is just getting squeezed out wide there as Nilis Malik has off the track. It's Nilis Malik. That is Nilis Malik off the circuit, the driver of the 81 who was right there with Alex Pineda, and I think, yeah, that's just too many into one part of the track.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there for Nilis Malik, who's been quick so far this week, but hasn't had a lot of luck. Had a double set of 2 penalties, 1 in each race. Oh dear, as off there are a number of drivers. I think there's that through sector number 2. I think Carolina Redondo, Jaime Del Portillo and America's Devon Grabko are all in there. As yeah, that's going to leave them out of contention. I think they may all get back into the race, although I'd say that 128's rear bar is looking not good at all. This was the moment for Malik. Now, couldn't quite tell from that angle how much space there was to the right of Alex Pinera. This will give us a better idea. Ooh, now that's going to be an interesting one for the drivers to discuss later. Nilis Malik is not going to be happy about that at all.
He's not, luckily to keep it out of the tyre barrier there, and got restarted in that race. Charlie Callum seeing the fastest lap of the race now as well. The Fusion Motorsport driver into the mid-105s. Pushing his way up through the field nicely, up 12 places. The same can be said for Nikita Nikashov, who is up 16 places now and is pushing through the field. Daniel Kelleher is now the new race leader, however, trying to break away up 6 places. Senna Meunier in 2nd place, and the number 23 is right there. Then you have the Archie Owen, Garcia and Craigie battle. They are right there behind the top 5. Nice and close here over the start-finish straight. Can Archie Owen close that gap though with the slipstream? Well, he won't be able to with that happening, because down the inside goes Nicolas Garcia and Kenzo Craigie as they move up. Another change for the lead. Senna Meunier is back to the front, and that brings everyone back into play.
Nice move there from Senna Meunier to take the lead of this one. Kenzo Craigie is your fastest driver on track with that 1 minute 5.235. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the first time this week, we see Riley Cranham in the mix at the very front of the order, the number 4 seed from Miami Euro Series this year. Very strong British Championship as well, as Craigie goes down the inside of Kelleher. Nice move from Craigie there. I've got to say, since he won that World Championship back in September, he's looking far calmer at the wheel, far more clinical. And here he goes for the race lead. Kenzo Craigie to the front of the order here on lap 4, but now the hard work begins. Now he'll have no slipstream. Cranham's coming in as well. Cranham's up to P5. This is going to be a proper good scrap for the remaining 3 laps of this race. There's a warning flag from the notifications from race control. It's for the number 50 of Alfonso Lopez.
Certainly is. Now he's going to go defensive here. Craigie very early doors is going to go defensive. He's going to deny Seneminir the chance to get down the inside. He will keep the Belgian driver behind him at this stage of the race, but that just brings up more people to this fight right now as they've all closed in. Cranham's there as well, as it's just becoming a rolling roadblock right now for Kenzo Craigie. His pace is good, but again, he's just trying to hold on to track position here. Into the hairpin now as they head down in towards turn number 7. Are we going to see lunges? We are, and there's contact, and round goes Riley Cranham. The driver had made so many positions, found himself in the wrong part of the track, and is out at turn number 7 as he tries to recover back through this field. But at the front here, Craigie still controls this one. He's had no contest just yet.
Round the last couple of corners once again, 2 more laps to go, and the key thing for Kenzo Craigie now is that it's a bit more spread out behind him than it was 1 lap ago. Some good work there, defended but didn't defend too hard. He's going to have to defend here though, because Seneminir is all over the rear bumper of the victory lane. 78 into turn number 2. Back in comes Kelleher, back in comes Garcia as well, down into turn 4. Craigie covers off any kind of move down the inside into one of the firmest braking zones of the circuit. And look at this. This is why we love Zwerer, because it changes so quickly. Once again, it's now a pack of 7 fighting here, and Scott Riley's coming into play as well. Keep an eye on the Irishman in the number 17. Has gained 8 places so far in this race. That was a bit of a half attack, half defend there from Seneminir, and that's helped Kenzo Craigie in a way. He's now got, I'd say, about a 4-5 car length lead.
Yep, certainly has, as they come back into view here. Down into the bottom section, Quinten van Leeuwen just trying to look down the inside there of George Edgar, not finding the way through just yet, but Edgar still in a good race here. 8 positions gained. Quinten van Leeuwen holding on to that 6th place starting position, so still having a very strong race here over the line. Last lap board goes out now to the field, and Kenzo Craigie's got the biggest gap he's had for this lead in quite some time, and now Daniel Kelleher is piling on the pressure to Seneminir, and that's keeping them in tow here. I think Kenzo Craigie might be looking at his first qualifying heat win of the weekend here after his results getting better and better as the racing's gone on, but there's still a long way to go in this last lap. There, George Edgar now finds himself up to 3rd place. Brilliant drive.
Really good stuff from George Edgar. Good stuff from Quinten van Leeuwen as well. Van Leeuwen had a really difficult start, but has fought back to 4th place here for Falcon Racing Team in the black and teal green colours there, out of the 2nd sector towards sector 3. This isn't done yet for Kenzo Craigie, because Seneminir is not too far behind. Craigie's got to stay focused, razor sharp focused, and get on the power out of the last 2 corners to fend off any kind of mega slipstream from Seneminir, which I don't think he's going to get. Kenzo Craigie wins for the first time this week at IWF 2024 with a very accomplished drive, a tactically brilliant drive there from Kenzo Craigie. He wins it by just over 1/10 and a half from Seneminir. George Edgar up 10 places to 3rd. Quinten van Leeuwen recovers back to P4. Daniel Kelleher completes the top 5, and brilliant in that orange as well, in the gloom, shining through the mist. Jaguar de Troja finishes P6.
Certainly does. As the rest of the field pushed their way through, there were some seriously big movers in that one. Vivian Ganon gaining 10 places. Nikita Nikshov 17 places to finish just outside the top 10 for both of them, 11th and 12th respectively. Antonio Machado as well finishing in 20th place, 10 places gained also as the field makes their way back into Parc Fermé. So those results then change the intermediate classifications for the time being. Craigie steps into fourth in the points now with 6 points to his name. The Rademacher Sakala from Purcell and Haglin rounding out the top 8. But of course, there is still one more junior race to go for this rotation of qualifying heats. There's a look at your full classifications. The rest of them, you've got Archie Owen, Scott Riley, Jorn Helder, and Nicholas Garcia rounding out the top 10. Nikita Nikshov from Alex Miniera, Toby Gale and Jus Mulder, the top 15 on circuit. Then 16th place sees Lewis Isling, Riley Cranham, Jack McLaughlin, Finley Lines from Antonio Matteo Bricio finishing in 21st place from Gustavo da Silva, and Mohamed El-Bazaki finishing in 23rd place from Adam Holmes in 24th, and the rest of the field just going through your screens there